Self-care activities are the things that help you get after your self-care. So it's going to help you create your environment that is filled with self-care. Hello, hello, my name is KAHDIJA Amari, and I am an affirmation writer and self-care curator. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about self-care activities. What are they? What are some different types? Let's get into it. So I already defined what self-care is to me. It is a tool that can help you become more self-aware on the physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional sort of facets of life, right? So if you're going to do a self-care activity, you're going to do something that is going to help you become more self-aware in that area, right? And that's just the first layer, becoming self-aware. It's so multi-layered. Like, so you can become self-aware, then you can essentially choose, like intentionally choose to do that thing over and over again. And then when you get to a place of, yeah, I've really kind of accepted the fact that this is a thing that I do enjoy doing, and you do it over and over again, like with intention, like with a sense of purpose, with like, this is a part of your self-care plan, your self-care routine. That's a whole nother level, a whole nother level. But self-care activities, we already talked about how they need to be selfish, okay? Your self-care needs to be selfish. So that also means that your self-care activities that you choose, the self-care activity is the manifestation of you doing the selfish thing that helps you refill your cup. What do I mean by that? If you love going outside, there's something about nature that you really enjoy. It just refills you. It makes your heart smile. Great. Let's say you go on a hike. Okay, you go on this hike, and that is a self-care activity. You choosing to hike is the activity, right? But while you're experiencing the hike, or maybe once you get to the peak of the mountain or wherever it is that you're hiking, hill, and you see the thing that you enjoy seeing, whether it's a sunrise, a sunset, whatever it is, that whole journey, that duration of when you were at the bottom of the hill, from when you got to the top of the hill, that entire thing is a self-care activity. The act of hiking is the self-care activity. And you are becoming more self-aware in that process, because it's almost like it's what's the word? It's like nailing in, that's not the word that I wanted to use, but it's just nailing in the fact that, wow, I really enjoy doing this. Wow, this is really therapeutic for me. Wow, I feel the stress just falling off of me. That's what your self-care activity should feel like. And if it don't feel like that, it's probably not self-care. Like, you're probably doing this because somebody else told you to do it, or like you just haven't really figured out what your secret sauce is for your self-care plan or your self-care routine. And if you need help with that, stay tuned for the accountability group that I am building, because I'm so excited about it. We're basically just gonna self words, blah, blah, blah. I'm so excited that I'm speaking too fast. We're basically just going to do self-care together in fun and interesting ways. Personally, I'm gonna step outside of my box a little bit. Sometimes, not all the time, because I like to do self-care too, and I want it to be basically like therapeutic for me as well. So it's like a dual thing, and I'm sort of inviting you guys onto my journey, but I'm also making it about you and allowing you to experience more than just what I have to offer. It's deep. I'll talk about it on a different video, but I'm excited about it. So if you have absolutely no idea what things you enjoy doing as self-care activities, I got a list. You can join the membership, the accountability membership, or actually you could come to some workshops. that might be the best bet, because the accountability group is going to be more so about for people who don't know how to find the time in their day, in their week, in their month, in their quarter, in their year. It always goes to crap. They need help like figuring out the time for them to do self-care. It's going to be basically brainless. I'm going to plan your self-care for you, okay? That's what the self-care accountability group is going to help for that. And it's also, I'm going to hold you accountable because we're going to have conversations about the things, right? You might not want to come to the activities that I create, such as, I don't know, like a paint and sip, for example, or shattered pots or broken pieces, or those are the names of some workshops that I have, Girls Night In, the custom affirmations, or the affirmation part. Like, these are different self-care sessions that I do. You might not want to come to those, and that's fine. I recommend that you do come to those because they are going to be, ooh, no words. I'm putting together a catalog to list out all the different self-care sessions. But anyway, I'm getting carried away here. Let me reel it in. Okay? If you need help exploring what is self-care for you, I technically already have one document, let me pull it up. I already have a worksheet, or it's not a worksheet, it is a freebie, it's a list, 27 ways to love yourself. Yep, I already have that here, and I'm also working on building a self-care idea list. I don't know if that's gonna be the final name of it, but I am working on building that as well. So yeah, you can get that list, you can download it for free. Just send me a text message at 407-863-4521. Again, that's 407-863-4521. So text me 27 ways in all caps, and that'll get it for you. But yeah, that's what a self-care activity is. It is supposed to help you feel rejuvenated, feel like the stress is just falling off of you, right? Now, let's talk about some different types. And I'm pulling from some ideas from the 27 ways to love yourself. Because if you didn't know, self-care is like a journey, right? We've been talking about that. It's a lifestyle, it's a journey. But this is my belief, this is what I feel, this has happened in my life, okay? So don't jump down my throat, because I know this to be true for myself. Self-care, if you do it consistently, intentionally, you're going on this sort of self-care journey. The other side of that journey, and like, I would say like halfway through towards like the end of the journey, like the first part of the journey is like you're just becoming more self-aware. You really don't know. You still kind of hate life. You're like, it kind of feels a little better. I don't know. And then towards the end, it is absolutely self-love. Like, self-care builds self-love. Self-care builds self-love. I don't think you heard me, so I'm gonna say it one more time. Self-care builds self-love. So if you are a person who you don't like how your life looks right now, you don't like the job you have, you don't like the fact that you're still single, you don't like the fact that you're married, you don't like how your kids are acting, you don't like, there's just things, you don't like certain things in your life, people, places, things. You don't like the friend groups you have, you don't like the clothes you wear, you don't like the jewelry you wear, you don't like the makeup you don't like your hairstyle, you don't like so many things, you don't like how your house is decorated. There are so many things that you don't like in your life. You just don't like it. And maybe you aren't even able to articulate it in the way that I just articulated. You just know that you don't like, it's just, everything is going to crap. You need self-care. You need to do self-care. You need to get intentional about figuring out who the heck you are. And just a little tip, your self-care is gonna change over time. The things that you do for self-care will change over time. Why? because we have different life circumstances as we age. You know, you might be single now and married in a few years. That's different. Your schedule looks different. You're arranging your time in a different way because now you have to account for this other person. Say you're married with no kids and now you have kids. Your self-care is going to look different. You have to manage your time differently. There are things that you will be able to do and won't be able to do. You need to be able to find a balance to be able to say no to your kids. Mommy needs mommy time. And be okay with saying it. And say it courageously and hold your stance. Right? It's going to look different. So the things that might have been fun when you were a teenager, they're not so fun now as a 20-year-old, as a 30-year-old, 40-year-old, 50-year-old, 60-year-old, 70-year-old, right? Your self-care will also change over time. And you need to be willing to accommodate yourself in that process. So it is all a process. Don't freak out. You don't have to do the same self-care routine for 50 years. You know, that sounds great. If you are able to maintain at least like one self-care activity that you, no matter what, it like this is your favorite thing to do, period. Like this is your thing, it refills your cup. That's wonderful. But the rest of the things that you need to do might not be the same. Okay? So back into these self-care activities. I'm gonna choose a few of the items from the 27 ways to love yourself list. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Spray a clean linen scented room spray. Let me tell you, I absolutely love that. Okay, so when I'm at work sometimes and I might get like frustrated or something, then I might either burn a candle or spray some like room spray, or I might spray my perfume. That's typically most likely what's gonna be in my purse, in like the little pill capsule, little perfume thingy. If I'm feeling frustrated, if I'm feeling like busy, like scatterbrain, I'm just not quite focused, and maybe I'm flustered, right? I can pull out my purse, my perfume, spray it, and it kind of like resets my whole situation. It'll reset me. So that's what you can do for self-care, or that's just one thing that you can do for self-care, and that is a self-care activity. You can intentionally choose to say, okay, I'm gonna do this thing. You're self-assessing is what you're doing. This is how I feel. This is not how I desire to feel. How can I change that feeling? Boom, self-care activity. I'm gonna tell you the process again. You become aware of yourself. You become aware of the fact that you feel slightly off. And you say, how do I feel? Okay, I don't desire to feel that way. What can I do so that I don't have to feel that way? What can I do that will pull me out of this feeling in a healthy, manageable, and intentional way, right? Boom, there comes your self-care activity. That's your cue to do a self-care activity, right? So that's that. I spray room spray or perfume around me at work whenever I'm just like, meh. Okay, let's see, what's another one out here? Oh, that is very nostalgic. Okay, so this activity right here is very nostalgic, and you may or may not be able to do it because I know some of us live in different states from what we grew up in, but visit the library you frequented as a child, or close your eyes to reminisce your adventures. Oh my gosh. So if you're having kind of a down day and you don't really you could use a pick-me-up, and you may want to be a little bit more reflective. You want to reminisce on the good old days, as we call it. This will be a really good one. I know personally I have wonderful memories at the library when I was a kid growing up, and that's take it to the next level. If you were to reflect on your adventures at the library as a kid, or your adventures in general as a kid, you can journal that. You can really turn that, you can take it from just thinking about it into that next level, which is journaling. You know what? Next video is going to be about journaling. What is journaling? How do you journal? Okay. So, let me talk about another one. I think you're going to love this one. Buy yourself a specialty donut from a local donut shop. I feel like I did this like a few weeks ago, and it was very delicious. And I'm pretty sure I bought like 4 donuts, because it was my first time going there. And I bought 4 donuts, and I was like, ooh, she's not gonna eat all of these at one time. And then it was so good that she did. So bad. OMG. Don't be like me. Just go get one specialty donut. I co-sign it. I co-sign it. Unless you're diabetic and you need to watch it. And if you do need to watch it, moderate. Everything in moderation. Okay? Let's see what else. Take a 1-day break from social media. I'm not gonna point no fingers, but that's words. I'm not gonna point no fingers, but I know that's hard for some people. I know that is hard for some people. I know that I need rest sometimes. Y'all might notice when I go offline, because Fanbase doesn't have an auto scheduler just yet. So it can be difficult for me to keep the machine running, right? Whenever I got a lot of content and I can post it and I'm just like boom, 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 right? But then if I need rest, I don't feel like, I'm tired. I don't want to open social media right now. I don't feel like it. I need to rest. Here's why I should rest. Because if I show up on social media that day, I know I don't have anything to say. I know I don't want to say anything. I just want to not even be here for real. Like I just want to chill. I just want to be to myself. I want to be reserved, right? If I feel that way and I show up on social media anyway, that's not going to come off well to my audience. I'm not going to be giving my best self. I'm not even going to be giving my average self, bump best self. I'm not even going to be giving baseline KAHDIJA, right? Like, everyone deserves and needs time off. So if you are a business owner or a content creator who is on the Fanbase app showing up every day, you deserve to take a break too. Like, we understand. I know I do. I completely understand. You deserve a day off. I understand that this is a machine and you got to keep it going. But at the same time, it's more important for you to stay healthy than it is for you to keep posting and your health go downhill, and then you can't post anymore because you're gone, you're out of here. Okay? Same thing for the people on the receiving end of self-care. Or on the receiving end of the social media content, you are a consumer of social media. If you are so overwhelmed and inundated with, say, the same messages happening over and over again, right? If maybe it's politics, maybe it's like any sort of a political, what's that word? When something is like extreme viewpoints. If you are inundated with extreme viewpoints, you feel like this information is just like an overload for you, like it's just a constant flux of the same thing over and over and over and over. Gossip, things like that. You have a decision to make. Number one, you can choose to unfollow some of the people who are triggering you. That's number one. Number two, and start to follow some people who pour a little bit more life back into, who maybe make you smile, maybe make you laugh, like maybe some comedic content, or maybe some self-care, mental health type content, right? You can choose to follow those people. And the other option is to take a break from social media altogether. Like, there is real life happening around us. There is physical life happening around us. Your entire interactions with other people don't have to be online. There are other people in your life who are willing to love you, love on you, be there for you, have conversations with you. And if you feel like you don't have that around you, you need to do some more work. Put yourself out there and put yourself in spaces and places where you can eventually meet up with, when I say meet up, I mean run into and meet, like literally meet the first time you meet people that have like-mindedness, that are like-minded with you, right? I believe that there's somebody for everybody. Everybody can have a friend. Like, everybody needs somebody. We all need community, right? That's like a form of self-care too. So you have choices. You can choose the choices intentionally, okay? You just need to know that there is another choice that can be made, right? You don't have to just live life on autopilot, okay? And so I am here to let you know that there is another way. You can do it the self-care type of a way, okay? You can be a little bit more healthy when you are engaging in these activities. You can keep yourself in mind instead of just consuming, or giving. You need to also consider yourself. How does your body feel? Is your mind tired? Do you need rest? And if the answer is yes, you need to take a break, and you need to do something that is going to fill your cup selfishly. Okay? Okay. Well, next week's video is going to be about journaling. So if you have no idea what journaling is, how to do it, like if you just need help on journaling, you don't even understand the things, boom, I'm going to talk about it next week. So I'll see you next time.